Hi guys, welcome to Sacred Space Yoga with Carol Ann. Of course, I'm Carol Ann. The last video that I uploaded was a conversation with one of my students about how yoga has enhanced her life. And in it, I gave certain particular hints and postures, terminology that a brand new person into a yoga studio may come across. I want everyone to be able to walk into completely comfortable in that situation, to not be self-conscious, to not worry about what other people are thinking. So I thought that with my friend Tammy that we would have this great conversation, and it was a fabulous success. So thank you guys for watching. But now this is the follow-up to that. We're going to do a brand new beginner yoga class for you. So if you're new to yoga, this is the most friendly place that you can be right now, because for me, I'm just happy to have you here and learning the practice. So we'll start from the beginning, do a little bit of what most new classes may look like to the brand new baby yogi. So we'll begin sitting up nice and tall. Get the spine very tall here. Bring the hands into Anjali Mudra, which is a prayer, just means prayer posture, and just let it rest lightly against your chest. Dip your chin in towards your chest and just start to breathe. Oh, easy enough. We'll inhale through our nose and just slightly part the lips, exhaling out the mouth. A couple more of these. Inhale. And release, exhale. And one more. Inhale. Exhale. Now I'd like for you to close your mouth. Start to breathe inhales and exhales through the nostrils. And try to constrict the back of the throat a little bit. Now, to give you an open mouth suggestion to this, if we're startled, we may go, that is constricting the throat. If we are perhaps tired or disgusted about something, we might go, it's also a constriction. So we're going to close our mouth here, dip our chin in just a little bit, and start to breathe through the nose and try to make that ah sound on the inhale and the ha sound on the exhale. This will constrict the back of the throat, and it makes and mimics the sound of the ocean inside of your head. It's called Ujjayi breath, and it's so common in yoga classes. I want you to go in. Even if you don't get the breath right away, it's perfectly fine. It takes a long time sometimes to be able to connect that breath and body movement. But I just want you to start here and now, just kind of understanding that. So I'm going to go ahead and close my eyes too, and maybe I hope you can hear it through the microphone. That's an iffy thing for me, but as long as you hear the sound of an ocean going on in your head, you got it. So we're going to hold here and breathe a few rounds of Ujjayi breath. Okay, now just release and let the eyes flutter open. How'd you do? I have a feeling you did great. If you didn't, just keep on practicing that. Now, during the class, if I say return to your breath, pay attention to your breath, bring awareness to your breath, that Ujjayi breath is exactly what I'm talking about. So you just do the best that you can, which is all any of us know how to do anyway, and we'll move from there. So we're going to go ahead right away and get into the practice. I want you to get onto all fours. Get onto all fours with the hands about shoulder width apart, the knees about hip width apart. Pull the belly in and come up on those back toes just a little bit. This is a quadruped position. We're going to add a couple of movements into our quadruped. So keeping the belly pulled in all the way back toward the spine, we're going to inhale, reaching the tailbone up, letting the shoulder blades go down the back. Gaze is toward the third eye. As we exhale, first rounds the tailbone down to the earth, the back arches up to the sky, and the gaze goes toward the belly. This is our cat pose. We've seen kitty cats do this. Let's do 3 more rounds here. So inhaling into cow. Exhaling into cat. Inhale. Exhale. Last round. Inhale. Exhale. Now this next inhale, come into neutral and send the hips back toward the heels. So we can really press the hips back. Come down onto the forearms, pulling the belly in again. Let your gaze just be soft between your arms and hold here for a few rounds of breath. Ujjayi breath. And from this position, walk your hands back on the inhale and come to stand up onto the knees. Now for this one, I'm going to turn a little bit sideways just so you can kind of see what direction we're going through here. I want you to extend your right leg out with the sole of the foot facing down onto the mat. Reach the right arm up into the air on the inhale. And as we exhale, we're going to side bend over, letting the left fingertips come to the floor. Really inhale deeply here, stretching the chest. And as we exhale, just pull the shoulder blade down the back. Inhale, pull that belly in and come up into this nice position, this gate modification, arms into a T. Exhale, drop the right hand down, lift the left arm up and side bend over toward the right. Let's do 2 more rounds just like that. Inhaling into a T. Exhale, hand comes down, fold over. Pull the belly in and don't be a roll it best you can. Inhaling up, exhaling over toward the right. Last round. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale. Keeping the leg where it is, reach the arms up on this next inhale. Interlace the fingers, flip them up to the sky, pulling the belly in. Inhale, look up. Exhale, let those arms come in front of you. Round the spine back, getting a deep curving of the spine. Release those hands. Bring the hands to the hips for stability and come to stand on the knees. So we're right away going to go to the opposite side. Let that left leg come out. And inhale the left arm up. As we exhale, we'll side bend over toward the right. Hold here for breath here in this first one. Just inhale. Exhale. Now pull that belly in. Inhaling, bringing the arms up into a T. Exhale. Side bend to left. Inhale. Exhale. Try to remember that Ujjayi breath. Inhale. Exhale. And how about one more? Inhale. Exhale. Inhaling up. Oh yeah. And as we exhale, bring the hands up, flipping the palms. Oh, reach. Inhale here. And as we exhale, round the back toward behind you. The arms maybe come forward a little bit. Oh, I just heard my back pop. Those are always good days. Inhale to come back up. Release those hands. Bring that knee back on to the knees. And now I'm going to turn back sideways so you can watch from a different perspective. Though it's a modified gate posture that we did right there. Really effective into working into the core, working into the side body. And you probably see in a beginner class some variations of that. So we'll come right back onto hands and knees. Belly's pulled in here. You're up on the back toes. And we're going to inhale to lift our hips up toward the sky. And exhale, pushing back. Now notice that my heels touch on the ground. Yours will or won't. That's just all there is to it. So if they're up, that's perfectly fine. Most people's will be up, actually. Down the road, the heels maybe get to where they touch the floor. So regardless of whether your heels are up or down, I want you to bend your knees here. Palms are
You're really feeling this nice length and extension of the spine with the knees bent. You can feel how the hip bones turn up toward the sky. The back gets long. This is pretty yummy right here for our backs. Our backs love this kind of stretch. So we'll inhale. And as we exhale, do your best to keep the position, but just straighten the legs any amount. Now from here, inhale into a plank pose. As we exhale, drop down to the knees. Push back into a modified child's pose. Now, is because the older that we get, then our toes can get kind of gnarly. And it's a natural function, unfortunately. But what I don't want you to do is lose your balance as you age. So I like to work those toes and keep them nice and flexible. We're going to inhale into a quadruped. Exhale, we're going to lower our chest and our chin toward the floor. Inhale to slide the legs back and the chest up into a cobra pose. Exhale, bend those knees. Push back into that child's pose again. Inhale, come up onto all fours. Exhale, lift the hips up and back. We're back into our down dog. Bend those knees, getting a nice length and extension to the spine on the inhale. As you exhale, do your best to straighten your legs and fold. Inhaling into a plank pose. Exhale down to the knees, pushing the hips back into this modified child's pose. Inhale up onto all fours. Exhale, chest and chin. The knees are already there. Inhale, slide the legs back and the chest up into a cobra. Exhale, bend the knees, back up on those toes again. Pushing back into our child's pose. Oh, yeah. How about one more just like that? So we'll inhale, come up. Exhale, the hips lift up and back into our down dog. Inhale, bend the knees, coming up onto the toes. Exhale, keep that length of the spine as you place the heels to or toward the floor. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, down to the knees. Push the hips back into that modified form. Inhaling up. And as you exhale, chest and chin go toward the floor. Inhale, slide the legs back and the chest up. And bend the knees on the inhale. Exhale, push back into that child's posture. Very beautiful. Inhale, back up again. And as you exhale, come up into that down dog pose. The bottom of the exhale, I want you to gaze forward. I want you to start walking your way to the front of the mat. When you get there, I want your feet to be about hip width apart. Bend those knees a little bit because we haven't done a whole lot. Sometimes it's really hard for people to keep their legs straight, particularly in beginner classes. And just fold over. Oh, yeah. Shake the head. No, down here. Maybe nod the head. Yes. Feeling this wonderful comfort. Now, from here, I want you just to roll up one vertebrae at a time. Up. Coming into a standing. Some wonderful. And make sure, I'm going to make sure that you're pointed out. Many women will decide that their hips are a lot wider than they are. Well, I've got wide hips. I'm looking for that bone, that hip, the thigh. So that's what I want your feet to be. I want your feet to be right from that hip bone all the way down to where you see your feet. How about that? So we'll come back to the top. Remember, and do your best to spread those toes back down. Roll the shoulders down to Tadasana. Hands are just kind of open behind you. Your gaze is very soft here. Hold here and breathe. Return. Now we're going to do some sun salutations, some Surya Namaskar. 2 rounds of 3 different types. You're going to find 1, 2, or all 3 of these in any beginner class. So from our mountain, inhale to reach the arms up, the thumbs. As we exhale, I want you to softly bend the knees into this forward fold, Uttanasana. Straighten the legs on the inhale, slide the hands halfway up, half lift. As we exhale, we're going to bend the knees again, back into a nice low lunge, and then down to the right knee. Arms up. As we exhale, inhale up through the low lunge, step into our down dog. Inhale into our chest and chin to the earth. Slide the legs back and the chest up. Exhale back into down dog. Take that right leg and reach it up to about here. And as you exhale, hand square off the hips. Now, a lot of times they can't figure it out. If you get this far, I back with that right hand, and it's going to fall. It's going to follow you every single time. So square off from this. Hands out the left. Keep exhale, fold and the right a little bit. Really feel this. This is a lizard dragon breath, really working into that. Next, inhale, walk those hands back and step the back, lift. Exhale into our fold, Uttanasana. And inhale, come all the way up, gaze to the thumbs, exhale, hands down, center into our Ujjayi Mudra. We're going to do that same thing on the opposite side. Inhale to reach. Exhale to fold. Inhaling into a half lift. Exhale, fold, plant the hands in the left leg back to the knee. The spine and inhale, reaching the arms up, maybe a little bit of a back bend, and exhale. Inhale up through your low lunge, back into down dog. Inhale into knees. Then go to the floor. Inhale, slide the legs back and the chest up. Exhale, back, down dog. Inhale the left leg up, just do your best to bring that foot between the hands. Remember, stop. It'll come. Square off those hips. Walk the fingertips over toward the right, and as you exhale, that left, getting a nice deep stretch here in this dragon. Inhale, walk those hands back. Lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, reach and raise, coming all the way up. Exhale. Mountain. There you go. Your first two sunset positions. I added the little dragon twist. It's a little bit interesting when you can add in some extra. Go 2 rounds of Surya Namaskar A, Sun Salutations A. Inhale, reach the arms up. Fold. Inhale into a half lift. Exhale, fold, plant the hands. And you can do knees, chest, and chin, or stronger students, we can do cross over the wrist, pushing the toes to cross over, and bend the elbows 90 degrees. Flip and roll over the dog, down dog. So I've added in an option to be able to do yoga for the first time. That knees, chest, and chin is still going to be the same. For those of you who don't quite have that full strength yet, it's perfectly great. The And we start to walk our way to the front. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive, reach and raise. Exhale, hands down through heart center. One more like that. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Chest and chin or Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale. Exhale. The back forward. Make your way to the front. One step. Nice. Exhale into a fold. To reach and raise all the way up. Oh, and hands down through heart center. 4 salutations now you've gone through. So this next one, more challenge in for us that are brand new. Don't worry about it. Sayu Namaskar B, Sun Salutation B. For this one, I need you to bring your big we inhale to reach up, gaze goes up. As we exhale, bring those fingertips down to the mat. Inhale, reach the arms up by your ears. And as you exhale, straighten the legs and swan dive forward. Inhaling into a half lift. Exhale, fold back into that nice or chaturanga. Cobra or up dog. Down dog. Reach that right leg up. Exhale, bring it between the hands. It's going to step spin into the middle of the mat. Keep left. Square off and pose. Really reach up, maybe a little bit of a back bend. Back down to the floor. Step back into your plank mode. Adjust that opposite or up dog or cobra. Meeting in down dog. Left leg reaches up. Inhale. Exhale, bring it between. Steps in a few inches. Spin the heel in toward mid-mat. Rise up into our Warrior One pose, Virabhadrasana 1. And exhale, hands come down. Adjusting. Go through what's called your vinyasa, connecting your breath-body movement. Down dog. Hold here for a few rounds of breath. All right, babies. Gaze goes forward. Toes touch. Half lift. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale. Up by the ears and our Utkatasana. And all the way up. Hands through heart center. So we're going to do one more. Inhale, up. Exhale, bend the knees, fingertips. Inhale, arms frame the ears. Exhale, forward fold, gaze to belly. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold through. From our down dog. Right leg rises up. An additional challenge. You can keep that back foot where it is and just spin the heel in, or if you still feel like you need to, this time exhale, hands come down, step back, vinyasa. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, bring it between the hands. Make the adjustment or not for the back foot. Rise up. Exhale, hands down. Go through that vinyasa. In our down dog, we'll bottom of that exhale, gaze goes forward. Make your way to the front. Exhale, fold. Arms frame the ears into our Utkatasana. Our chair come through. Release. Oh, how'd you do? 6 rounds of sun salutations and even added in the dragon. Now from our sun salutation, and we're going to open nice wide stance here. Make the outside edges of the feet very flat. So if that means straight, so if that means you need to reach those arms up, and as we exhale, inhale, lift chest up, exhale, forward fold. Bottom, most of us will hang back in the heels. So I just want to ask you to lean a little bit toward the front toes so you really feel the shift of the hips going back up to the sky. And then drop. Breathe. Now release those hands from the hips. Even if you have to bend your knees, place the hands on the floor, getting the shoulders and the wrists in alignment. Again, if you have to bend your knees here, want your hands on the floor if you're able to. If you can straighten the legs to the best of your ability, that's great. Inhale into this nice chest lift, pulling the shoulder blades back, the gaze goes forward. And as we exhale, toward the sky. So this is kind of a wide leg. Let's do 3 more of those. So we'll inhale into our wide leg standing cow, shifting the gaze forward. Exhale toward the sky as the gaze goes to the belly. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Now this next one, just come into a neutral position and walk the hands out, coming into a wide leg down dog. Use the heels of the... Oh my goodness, this can feel so good about now. Hey, while you're back here, feel free to wiggle. Plus, and you're upside down, nobody can see. Everybody's got their head between. So this, start shifting the hips a little bit. Out the legs while you're here, maybe just doing some fun funky movements. This kind of always reminds me of an elephant walking with the shoulders shifting from side to side. Just oh yeah, falling into that full down dog. Walk those hands back and walk back to the front of your mat. So lunge, fingertips to the floor. Next inhale, bring back foot up. Exhale to fold. Reverse swan dive. Exhale, hands at heart center. Now we're going to start with a few. You'll do a sun salutation that will lead into these. For brand newbies, I don't want anybody getting tired. You are standing. We'll simply from side to side from the same stationary point. So from the front of our mat into our Tadasana, we just did. Now this front foot, the front of your mat.
and have either a knee to ankle alignment, slightly behind but not way over where you're in this nice crouch. Now, so this is a warrior two to be away. Reach those arms out into a T. What we'll see as teachers, we see the shoulders up. Down. Now, can you have your arms strong and yet your hands kind of soft? Try that. Look over those front fingers. Warrior two. Breathe. Hold here for a few rounds of breath. Just kind of settling and sinking into the here. And as we exhale, we're going to straighten that front leg. Reach the front fingers over, down to the shin. Reach the arm up to the sky, and the gaze may be able to go up. If you feel like you're too imbalanced to do that, just gaze right towards your television screen or down toward the floor. I'm going to try looking up. Now, if your shoulder's really straight line, just eliminate that hand and shoulder arm altogether by open. Get that far, you can inhaling. Exhale. Warrior two, gaze over the front fingers. Exhale to hold. Inhale. And as you exhale, let that forearm come down and the back resting on your bent knee. The other one, your front leg was straight. Gaze is up to the sky. This is a side angle. If you have room in the shoulder, you can go ahead and have that arm reaching to the front of the room and then maybe opening up the chest even more. If you don't, you can do just like you did the other one, eliminating the arm altogether. Gaze is up. Beautiful job. Through your warrior two. And as you exhale, this time, reach that front arm up on that beautiful inhale, extension up. Exhale. Inhale. And as we exhale, we straighten the leg, flipping sides all together. Bending into that front knee. So now we're just on this warrior two on this side. Gaze is over those front fingers, strong and yet soft. Breathe. Inhale, straighten that front leg. Exhale. Way down yet. We'll learn that in chest. Remember, if that shoulder's, get rid of it, roll it open. If you get that far, you can reach it back up. In yoga, we accept where we are because we always know every day is different. Inhale, bend that front knee, coming back up. Exhale. Inhale. And as we exhale, down, arm reaches up. Gaze can be up. Hold. Remember, you can always eliminate that arm if you'd like. Pulling back up. As we exhale, we drop the nice. Balance our strength with humility. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, straighten that leg. The center and go ahead and step. So those are essential. About the essential find. So we got another one that's going to be from a sun salutation, so you'll get the feel of that. Inhale, reach the arms up. Fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Back into a chest and shin or Chaturanga Dandasana. Adho Mukha Svanasana, Cobra. Adho Mukha Svanasana, Down Dog. Reach that right leg up on the inhale. And as you exhale, I want you to bend that knee and just walk your bending that front leg, shifting into this
forward. And if you can't to the floor very long, just come up, hold on to the shin or the thigh. But if you're able to be down here, just be down here, squaring off, and feel free to just round over that front leg. This really works into the hamstring. If it's too uncomfortable, you don't want to hurt what you're able to do. Breathe. Now bend that front knee. Walk those hands. A little bit of flavor in our beginner class. Straighten that right leg and let the left leg fly up to about here. Inhale here. And as we exhale, the right and walk the hands back for just another added flavor onto that. Inhale, gazes up. Walk the fingertips toward the front. And as we exhale, walk those fingertips over toward the right. Shift the hips a little bit toward the left. And we come into this nice twist, working on hamstrings, working on length of side body, adding a little bit of yumminess into our walk the hands back. Take that left leg from behind, reaching it up. Exhale into your down dog. Inhale into a knees, chest, and chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, dog pose. Other side. Left leg rises on the inhale. Step it halfway. Walk your hips and straighten that front leg, squaring off the hips. Remember, you can always come up holding on to the front of the shin. Wherever you are, just fold the best that you can. Breathe. Always bend that front knee if it's too intense. Just feeling some challenge without pain. Inhale, gaze goes forward. Walk the fingertips and the hip. As we exhale, foot right behind the other one, walk the hands back. Inhale, lifting up, walking those fingertips over. Exhale, shift your hips out toward the right, lengthening that side body, get nice and juicy here in our. Walk the hands back up to the front of the mat. Unbind that back. Just into your down dog. Come forward into a plank. Widen them. Take your hands and just make a. Breathe. Okay, beautiful. Yourself up. Camera. Well, actually, I'm going to face sideways first. How about that? We need to do a little bit of stomach work. So we're going to do what's traditionally Navasana. So everybody starts right here with the soles of the feet on the floor. Hands are holding onto the shins. And you're shifted back as if you're sitting in a bucket seat. Now, if you're 20, you may not know what a I'm teasing, but not really yet. So this is a bucket seat. Back in the day when Ice Age ruled, we had cars that had what was called bucket seats. So, and hold here. Now you can hold your hands here, or you can release the hands to. But what I don't want you to do is I don't want your shoulders pushing out, but really get. The gaze can be right here. Now, if with both feet on the floor, you're working ways of doing this. Right now, just hang back and breathe that beautiful Ujjayi breath. Oh.
yeah. Inhale to come up. Just wrap those arms around those front legs, straightening the spine. And we'll try one more, adding a different variation onto that. So go ahead and hang back into your bucket seat. Reach your arms up. Now this time, feet on the floor, or you can bring them up, bouncing on the top, flexed and reaching right here into the thighs as well as into the core. So we want to really pull nice straight. Hold here and breathe. For those who can, you can reach your arms all the way up or just hang them here. Hey, I'm hanging here with you, so no worries. This is where I'm hold and breathe. Release those feet down. Campfire stretch. And now I'm going to face the the legs out. Get your wriggle from side to side and flex those feet. Legs are out. Bring the hands down by the sides best you're able. Getting your spine very tall. And then dip the chin in a little bit. And hold here and breathe. Eyes closed or open. Staff pose, Dandasana. Inhale, reach those arms out and up. As we exhale, fold over. So for some people, it's going to be at maybe it's others, it's going to be a full forward fold. So you just every day is different. Hold here and breathe. Release those hands and do a nice roll up. Behind, lift your butt off, and then just scoot yourself forward a little bit, and any amount will work. Knee joints and engage the quadriceps. And start to incrementally walk out. For some, they're not going to go very far. Others are going to be able to go fairly far. So you just find what works for you. This is what I call snaking it out. Just kind of slithering the spine a little bit, trying to keep your length and extension of the spine. And at some point, you can just fold over any amount. Breathe. Keep trying to work that length and extension. Now, wherever you are, I want you to just let loose of the flexation of the foot, relaxing all together. Round over any amount. You can round the shoulders, on your shins. I mean, not on your shins. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? Just kind of hang here for a few breaths. And from here, babies, roll up. Coming back into a seated position. Wiggle out the legs a little bit. Beautiful job. Going to return to face the fronts of our mats. Scoot our bums a little bit. Hold on to one knee or the other and roll down. Let's rock a little from side to side. Oh, yeah. Feels pretty good. Now let's do a little bit of a relaxation at the end of class. So everybody get ready for their handstand. No. Not today. Maybe another day. From this lying position, do your best to get your ankles and your hips. So bothers your low back, just inversion here. Inversions are wonderful for cleansing, detoxifying our body. Hard to have a travel against gravity. Also really helps with fighting off Alzheimer's and dementia.
especially if you run that in your family. If that runs in your family, you need to live upside down as much as you can, because that really does help bother your lower back. You don't have to have your hands underneath your bums. So if we're here, hang here, or release the fingers and reach those arms overhead. The feet even deeper, really giving a full body stretch. Unbind those hands, bring them down by the sides. Belly work in before we hit the floor. So pull chest off of the floor. Up on the mat. Inhale here. Exhale, let the back up. Exhale, left leg drops and hovers. We're only going to do 3 rounds of these, so you can do these. You can bend the knees as well. Inhaling up. Right leg. Inhale up. Exhale left. Last round. Inhale up. Exhale right. Inhale up. Inhaling it up. Exhale, upper body comes down. Shins come in. Squeeze them from side to side. Now we want to end up knees coming in. Or goddess arms here. Shifting a little from side to side. I want to make sure that you don't have any residual tensions in the lower back. Feels. We'll do one little stretch before we hit it into our final relaxation. So your feet. Keep the right foot into the floor. Place the left ankle on top of the right foot. Take your hands to the inside of the left leg and just gently push just a little bit on that inner thigh, moving that knee toward the front of the mat. Inhale, hold on either behind the thigh or grab onto the big toe, and then let the sole of the foot the left foot be pointing toward the sky, and move the knee out a little bit toward the left and then down a little bit toward the armpit. This is a modified happy baby. Feels pretty good. You can even add a little open and shutting of the hip here just to release any tensions. And we'll release, dropping the sole of the foot close to the bum. We'll go to the opposite side. So right ankle comes across left knee. Hands come to the inside of the right inner thigh and just press out a little bit. Inhale, grabbing on behind the thigh or the toe. Sole of the foot points up to the sky. Move that leg out toward the right and in toward the armpit into our modified happy baby. And then you can start opening and shutting the leg here as well if you'd like. You don't have to. Release, coming down. Send one leg out and down, the other leg down. Give yourself a nice full body stretch right here, really stretching and reaching. And then relax the arms. Arms can be overhead, which sometimes feels really good to me. If it doesn't, move them down by the sides. Close the eyes, return to natural breath, and come into our Shavasana, our final relaxation pose, corpse pose, dead man's pose. I like final relaxation myself. And we'll hold here and just return to natural breath. Noticing any effects of the practice. If this bothers your lower back, you can bend the knees here, placing the soles of the feet on the floor. It's perfectly fine. Whatever you need to do, lovely people. Find relaxation. We'll take a short Savasana today. If you have time and you want to hang here for 5-10 minutes, please do so. It feels so wonderful. But if you need to get up, move on with your day, then you can roll over to one side or the other, coming up into an easy seated position. I'm going to choose modified hero's pose, which means I'm sitting onto my shins. If that's uncomfortable for you, please feel free to find any relaxed position of your choice. Close the eyes here. Let the chin dip in and toward the chest. Breathe full inhales and exhales. Bring those beautiful hands into heart center, softly cupping the hands together. Let them rest against the chest and dip your chin in toward your prayer hands. You may feel the beat of your heart beneath your thumbs. You may feel breath tracing your fingertips. In our seated posture, an Anjali Mudra, our prayer posture, keeping our eyes closed, we can touch our thumbs with the third eye. We ask to connect to the inner wisdom which lies within. Thumbs can touch the lips. We ask to speak truth from a place of love. Thumbs can come back to touch the heart. And we ask that whatever our intentions, our motivations are, that they come from a place and space within our hearts that has others in mind, doing our good deeds with good intentions and not for selfish gain. So beautiful yogis, thank you so much. The literal meaning for namaste is I bow to you, you bow to me, but together we can say namaste. So thank you guys so much. I hope that you will comment on the practice, that you follow the page. We're all in this thing together.